I'm Mike Catalani. I'm the Scoutmaster of Troop 220, and I'd like to welcome everybody here to an exciting Eagle Scout Corps of Honor, because it's for 3 scouts, which is really cool and not a common thing to have 3 scouts all at once, especially in a troop that's not huge. So this is really exciting, and so I want to welcome Connor, Stephen, and Ben. Connor, we haven't seen in a while, so it's great to see him back. And I'd also like to welcome family and friends of them, and I'm very excited about this Corps of Honor. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, would Gavin Luton, our senior patrol leader, please come forward and lead us in the ceremony?
Audience, please rise. Color guard advance. Color guard, prepare to post the colors. Salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2. Color guard, post the colors. Scout sign. Please join me in the Scout oath and law. On my honor,
I will do my best to do my duty to counsel my country, to obey the Scout law, help other people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally alert, and morally straight. Scout is supposed to be loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, reverent.
2. Color guard dismissed. Please be seated.
Please prepare yourselves in the manner you are accustomed to. Dear God, please bless these men who are now Eagle Scouts. Please bless them during their journey through life as they go through college and later perhaps start a family. Please bless us as we gather today to celebrate their great achievement of getting Eagle Scout. Amen.
Hey. Okay, so now I'd just like to welcome everyone to this fantastic Eagle Corps of Honor we have with these 3 bright young men, who look very handsome today in their uniforms, and are going to become men as they get the Eagle rank. So at this time, I'd like to call all Eagles present here to the Eagle's Nest, right over here to my left. So if you're an Eagle, go ahead and stand over in front of a chair. And then go ahead and tell us what troop you're in, or you were in when you got Eagle, and what city it was in. And we'll start from right to left. You're right.
David Ginsburg, Troop 408 in Fountain Valley, California.
My name's Miles Barman, Troop 220, November 22nd, 2013.
Mike Catalani, Troop 121 from Santa Rosa, California, in 1981.
Ryan Puccio, Troop 220, April 23rd, 2015.
John Van Ark, July 2nd, 1978, Troop 409, Sunnyvale, California.
Frederick Hodge, Bailey Troop, East Lansing, Michigan, April 28th, 1952.
Scott Edson, got my Eagle April of '81 from Troop 535 here in Saratoga.
David Gregory, Troop 250 in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, January of 1986.
I'm Gabriel Hartman. I got my Eagle Scout with Troop 220 in San Jose on February 26th, 2015.
All right, thank you. A round of applause.
Troop 611 San Jose in May 1982.
Now a round of applause for our Now I'd like to invite Fair Boards Barman up I'd like to invite up our scouts who will be showing our Trail to Eagle. So if you'd like to come up now.
I am a scout. I take the first step into scouting by learning the scout sign, salute, and handshake. I learned to tie the square knot and officially joined my troop.
I'm a tenderfoot scout. I have earned my first official rank and I have begun to learn the basics of what it means to be a Boy Scout. I learned first aid and attended my first troop campout.
I am a second class scout. I have attended many campouts with my troop and begin to expand on my first aid and wilderness skills. I practice and serve project. I have participated in a service project and began to learn about leadership.
I am a first class scout. Younger scouts look to me for guidance. I know the ideals of scouting well enough to encourage someone else to join scouting. I explore what it means to be a Boy Scout in America by learning about my rights and obligations as a citizen.
I am a Star Scout. I begin to earn merit badges and participate in the troop's leadership. I explore the areas of scouting that interest me as I near the most difficult part of my journey to Eagle.
I am a Life Scout. I'm at the edge of completing my journey to Eagle. I have earned many merit badges and I have participated in depth with a wide range of troop activities and leadership positions. I begin to look forward to achieving the final rank of Eagle with high hopes and pride.
I'm Eagle Scout. I completed my journey and now I'm a mentor to all scouts.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be here. I'm Fatty Coach Barman. I'm one of the previous Scoutmasters for Troop 220. I've known these gentlemen here for many years, and it's really nice to see them achieve the highest rank in Scouting. It's also a big honor for me to be here because I'm filling very big shoes here. If some of you recall, Mr. Bert Corson was the gentleman who always gave the Eagle charge for this troop as a previous commissioner. He's since retired and turned over the responsibility to Karen, I believe, here. So we want to welcome her to the troop and being the commissioner, but it's an honor to be here. And Bert did a fantastic job time after time, and I hope I do a half as good a job as he did. But without going into any more salutations, so Connor, Ben, and Stephen, I'm So the Eagle Charge basically is your commitment to following the path that you started on and are finishing today. I have the honor to give you this Eagle Charge on this day that you're being elevated to the highest rank in scouting. The Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most meaningful and significant movement in the world's history. You've been judged by the Boy Scouts of America as being worthy of this honor. All who know you rejoice in your achievements, and I've been there for them. So it's true, you guys are truly outstanding Scouts, and your position, as you well know, is one of honor and responsibility. And you're a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you're expected to assume the solemn obligation to do your best and to do your duty to God and to country, to your fellow Scouts and to people around you as much as you can help. This is a great undertaking, and as you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and your brother Scouts and fellow Eagle Scouts. So I will now ask you to stand up and put up the Scout sign and repeat after me these parts of the Eagle Charge. So I realize my obligation. To my fellow men. My home. My country. And my God. I will at all times do my best. To assist others. To live with honor. Loyalty. Courage. And service. And to be a living example. Of the Scout oath and law. To the best of my ability. Thank you. Please be seated. So your conduct along the Eagle Trail has been excellent. I've been there myself to witness that, and you've been leaders in the troop, and you've also been leaders for the newer Scouts that have come into the troop. I know you guys are all going to go into college, and some of you are already in college, so it's important that you wear your achievements with honor. I can tell you from my personal experience that Miles every day wears his belt with a big buckle with the Eagle emblem on it, and he's very proud of it. So don't be shy to advertise that. You guys have done a lot of work, and it's not an easy thing to get. Only about 6% of Scouts nationwide achieve this rank. So, but there goes a lot of responsibility with it. So you have to uphold that, and I'm sure you three will as good examples. So congratulations, and good luck in your future. And thank you for having me here. It's been a pleasure and an honor.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Van Ark, and I'm also a former Scoutmaster of Troop 220. I've had the pleasure of knowing these young men for a little while. Two of these young guys were part of a pack that I was Cubmaster for, so we go back a ways. And they're all exceptional young men. They've all proven their journey. They've all stepped forward when asked and also when not asked. So each of them has contributed to the growth of this troop and to making it a better place for young men. Okay? So it is my pleasure to be part of this ceremony to award them their Eagle. But we have a little business to attend to before we get there. So may I please have Julie and Scott, Karen and Steve, and Sherry and Craig please come forward. Okay. I want to take this moment to recognize all of you before your sons join us. Congratulations, you made it. Okay? I am sure that your journey was uncomfortable and challenging at times. You had the difficult challenge of stepping back, being supportive, being empathetic and understanding, and you had to cooperate with this process called Boy Scouting. There were times that you had to push, and there were times that you were asked to serve. You did all of these things because of your love for your son. You had confidence and you believed in your son, and you knew someday they would get here. You heard phrases like, I can't find my neckerchief. I have to bring food. Can you take me shopping? Can you please come and bring money and my permission slip? And the most critical one of all, they hand you this wad of khaki clothing and say, we have to wear our Class A uniforms tonight. Can you wash it for me? You have lived through it all, and a hearty congratulations. We also want to thank you for your service to the troop, your leadership, your support of the committee, and fundraising strength has helped our troop become meaningful to the boys and what it is today. So parents and families of the Court of Honor, could we please hear it for our parents? All right, so time to get to the business at hand. You guys, go get the pens. Stephen, Ben, and Connor, as a symbol of what your mothers made possible through their advice, counsel, and guidance, the court now asks you to present your mothers with the miniature Eagle pin. Now, guests, you'll notice that the moms have a lovely ribbon. They have been earning the ranks along with the boys for all those tough times. Let's hear it for our moms. As a symbol of what your fathers have contributed through your encouragement and assistance, the court now asks that you present them with their miniature Eagle pin.
Right behind.
All right. So, Scouts, if you will now please stand in front of your parents. And moms, it's now your turn. So if you will go get the Eagle Awards. Ben, Stephen, and Connor. Congratulations. So you heard the Eagles earlier talk about a day that they became an Eagle Scout. This is the day you remember for the next time you go into your Eagle's nest. Moms, if you could step forward, please. Please now pin the eagle. By the authority vested in me by the National Council of Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege to pronounce you as Eagle Scouts, and it is with distinct honor and pleasure that we present you with the Eagle Scout Award. Let's hear it for our Eagles. You can be seated, and I'll call you back up here in a minute. All right. I thank the families for inviting me to give a brief Scoutmaster reflection on Scouting. Stephen, Connor, and Ben, I would like to welcome you to the 2% of Scouts who make it. Now, Z earlier talked about 6%. So in current times, we're finding about, since 2013, that it's roughly 4 to 6% of the boys that make it to Eagle of those who are Scouts. But if you count all the way back to the birth of Scouting, with the number of boys who have made the journey, only 2% have made it. So congratulations on being part of the 2%. Okay? Now, as Z also talked about, you are marked men. You are part of the 2%. And with that charge, you're asked to serve again. Okay? Now, your journey through Scouting is rare. Along the way, you learned a few skills, like cooking, camping, how to have fun in the outdoors. There are other life skills that you may not have realized that you also gained, like adult association, being able to chat more freely with adults. You also had an understanding of advancement and goal setting. You've learned other skills through the aims and methods of Scouting. Also, you've learned a very keen sense of style. Believe it or not, your journey has helped you build character, become a better citizen, and develop a life of physical, mental, and emotional fitness. In 2010, during the 100th anniversary of Scouting, Baylor University did a study under a grant from the John Templeton Foundation. The grant sent out notifications to 81,409 possible respondents for their survey. Of the survey respondents, they only received 2,512. Of those 2,512, 134 were Eagle Scouts. These men were all asked 55 questions, touching on topics including character development, civil engagement, and well-being. They sought to answer questions related to youth that have received Scouting versus those who did not. They also sought out information on whether Eagle Scouts' experiences with the additional positive attributes and activity to complete their achievement of Eagle whether that made a difference in their lives. The study found, for health and recreation, Eagle Scouts exhibit an increased tendency to participate in a variety of health and other recreational activities, like camping, boating, fishing, which all makes sense if you're a Boy Scout. But they're also more likely to enjoy the arts, to go to concerts, to go to shows, to go to live theater. They also are more likely to play a musical instrument, read books, and of course, visit national parks. Eagles also tend to have a better connection. They have better connectedness to their siblings, neighbors, religious community, friends, co-workers, and other groups. Service and leadership. Duty to God, service to others, service to the community, and leadership are traits that are especially strong in Eagle Scouts. And you'll find that as an example when you go to college. You will find you're leading most of the events that you're charged with, and Connor knows from firsthand experience. You'll find that any group you're in, you tend to be picked as the leader because you appear to be the most organized. All of these things will guide you in your future. You will also find that Eagle Scouts are more likely to engage in behaviors that are designed to enhance and protect the environment. Goals orientation. Eagle Scouts are more likely to be committed to learning and to set and achieve personal, professional, spiritual, and financial goals. As your merit badges also taught you, planning and preparedness are a big part of what you've learned. Eagle Scouts show higher levels of planning and preparedness. You also tend to have a more unique character. Scouts are more likely to indicate that they have built character traits related to work ethics, morality, tolerance, and respect for diversity. So guys, you are now prepared for your next journey as adults. As my closing for the Scoutmaster Reflection, I'd like to read to you a poem called It's Only a Pin by S. Kurtz Hingley, which was published in Scouting Magazine in May of 1931. A fond mother watches her boy where he stands, apart from his comrades tonight, and see placed on his camp-tattered tunic a badge, an eagle, the emblem of right. It seems to her just a few short months have passed since he joined with the youngsters next door. How proud he was then of his tenderfoot pin as they told of the message it bore. But the years have gone as he struggled along to learn what the Scout law's about. He practiced them daily, that oath and that law, until now he is an Eagle Scout. You may smile with your worldly wise wisdom at this and say, why, it's only a pin. But I tell you, no honors he'll gain as a man will mean quite so much to him. The red, white, and blue of the ribbon you see are symbols of honor and truth. He has learned how to value these fine attributes in the glorious days of his youth. And the outflinging wings of the eagle that rests on the breast of this knight today are the things which shall lift him above petty deeds and guide him along the right way. Yes, it's only a pin, just an Eagle Scout badge, but the heart that's beneath it is true and will throb to the last for the things that are good, a lesson for me and for you. Thank you, and congratulations, guys.
Thank you all so much for being here. I'm Julie, Connor's mom, and I just had a few remarks for Connor. So Connor, as your mom, I'm thinking back on this past year, and it's been one of many milestones for you. The first, of course, is what brings us all here together today, and that's to celebrate your Eagle Award with you. And in addition to this great achievement, you graduated from high school, you turned 18, and you started your college journey halfway across the country in Michigan, attending one of the largest public universities in the country and knowing no one when you arrived. And I've been so proud of the transition that you've made from high school to college and from family out on your own, and you've done an awesome job, so congratulations. And when I think back to your first days as a Tiger Scout and all the many experiences and opportunities you've had along the way, I say to myself, where on earth has all the time gone? I'm so grateful to your dad for introducing you to Scouting and for being your Cub Scout leader for many years. You two formed a special bond as a result of this, and you began your Scouting journey with him. I'm grateful to the Boy Scouts of America as an organization, and to Troop 220 in particular, and all the many, many volunteers and wonderful people who mentor our boys and have mentored you along the way. Boy Scouts provides all of the values and skills that I believe has given you the success that you have. I don't know if you could have gone all the way to Michigan without the foundation that you had through Scouting. So congratulations to you and to everyone. Thank you so much for being here on this great day.
Just want to add a few things too. I was lucky to be Connor's Cub Scout leader from first grade through fifth grade. Then he joined Troop 220, and he's continuing a long tradition in our family. His grandfather was an Eagle Scout way back in 1948, and his uncle has flown here from Chicago, got his Eagle in 52. I got mine in 81, so we're glad he's continuing the family tradition. And so much of Scouting develops character in life, and you really start to live the morals, the Scout law, oath, and just continue it every day in your life. I've really seen Connor develop into a great individual, and he's become a leader through his high school at Bellarmine, and now he's leading groups at Michigan State. So all those things that he learned in Scouting, he was a senior patrol leader, and going on all the adventures, rainy trips in Oregon when it rained nonstop, and canoeing all the way into Canada. It's really developed his character, and then just the leadership will continue on in his life, and congratulations. I'd like to thank all the volunteers and the troop, and all the leaders that guided him, and all three boys, and all the work you guys did here today to set this up. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here today to celebrate the accomplishments of our newest Eagle Scouts, Connor, Ben, and Stephen. You all have done very well. Congratulations on all your work. Stephen, you began your scouting career shortly after you turned 6 years old, first grade, and you were a Tiger Scout. At 11, you became a Boy Scout, and here we are, 7 years later. Now you've achieved the rank of Eagle Scout. We're very proud of you. Karen and I are very thankful and grateful to all of Stephen's Troop 220 leaders he met along the way. Mr. Z, Steve Hartman, John Van Dyke, Jennifer March, Jeff LeConte, Mike Kavalani, Don Callister, and David Gregory, whose generous time and commitment to the troop helped Stephen achieve the rank of Eagle Scout. You all made the pursuit of Eagle rank fun for all those working on the Trail of Eagle. Your contributions and efforts to the troop were invaluable and very much appreciated for helping Scouts earn their Eagle rank. We did not know what Stephen was getting into when he first joined Scouts, as our family does not have a tradition of Boy Scouts. But all we could say was that more than we can ever imagine, it's been an amazing journey. On the Trail of Eagle, Stephen learned ways to setting goals, following steps to achieve them, and work together with his leaders and fellow Scouts to achieve the rank of Eagle. Since our family did not have experience through the life of a Boy Scout, we only had a general idea of what was required to earn the coveted Eagle Scout Award. We were not versed in the detailed intricacies and at times the all-consuming day-to-day Boy Scout experience. Furthermore, we knew it doesn't take a young man just a few months to become Eagle Scout, it takes years. However, through the encouragement through Stephen's leaders, he was determined and self-motivated to put the effort and earn the rank. Stephen's journey took him on camping trips to the nearby hills, backpacking trips to the Sierras, summer camp at High Sierra Camp, canoe trips, whitewater rafting, canoeing, camping and caving, train trips to Sacramento, Crater Lake, beach trips, snow trips, Yosemite service trips, and a week-long canoe trip to the Northern Tier. I'm grateful to have the opportunity to travel with these Scouts on some of these trips and on a Northern Tier trip, which is truly an unforgettable adventure, and I hope the troop goes in the future with other Scouts. In addition to the camping trips, earning ranks, and attending weekly meetings, there were 21 required merit badges. 11 of them were required for Eagle. Some of these merit badges were very easy, some are very difficult, such as the hiking badge. Stephen and I, along with Brian, we had to do a series of hikes, 5-mile hikes, 10-mile hikes, and a 20-mile hike. And that 20-mile hike was the Skyline to the Sea Trail. So if you know where Camp Cheeseboro is, it's from there all the way down to a beach a few miles north of Santa Cruz. That took about 7 hours. There is a debate how far we went to this day. 25. I said 20 or 21. It's in the range. After 6 years of community service, weekly troop meetings, campouts, merit badge sessions, Stephen was eligible to develop his Eagle Scout project to attain his rank. His hard work brought him to that point, but he still had more hard work awaiting him in the planning, documentation, leading, and execution of this project. A project which required him to lead Scouts to repair 18 exercise stations at Jeffrey Fontana Park in San Jose. Earning the rank of Eagle is certainly not an endpoint, but it's just a launching point to continue growth and learning indefinitely. Stephen's Eagle Scout Award was not handed to him, he earned it. It will be not one of those items packed away like other trophies from his youth, but instead the Eagle Award will be displayed in his daily behaviors, actions, and forever live in his heart. Stephen, your mother and I are very proud of you, of your Eagle rank achievement. Congratulations.
We're Sherry and Craig Roadberger, Ben's parents, and we thank every one of you for being here and the contributions that you made to Ben's life and to Connor and Stephen's. We are thrilled that the three boys could do this together. Ben and Stephen have known each other since kindergarten and have been in Scouts since first grade together, and then the three of them together in this troop since 5th grade, I think. So when we realized it was all going to work, they were going to do it together, excited. It's great to honor them together and to be reunited with Connor's been gone, so that's been exciting. We are so proud of Ben. If I could just say ditto to what they said I would, then I wouldn't have to stand here and cry, but I'll try. We're really proud of Ben for his commitment to Scouts. And if you're not familiar with Scouts, you might not realize that each of the circular badges on their sashes represents about a 100-page booklet that they go through and probably 10 to 15 activities, some of which might be easy, but some might be, like Stephen said, a 10, 20, and 25-mile hike. Ben did cycling, so it was a 10-mile ride, a 25-mile ride, and then a 50-mile ride. So each of those badges represents a significant amount of work that they've done, in addition to schoolwork. And when I was thinking about this, I was thinking that there really aren't that many activities that a kid does that require less commitment of time and effort and work. And outside of maybe sports and school, of course, not too many people have this level of achievement and hard work to show. And it's quite an honor. We're so proud of you. We're also proud of Ben's persistence. There were times when he kind of wanted to give up. Scouting maybe was fun in the beginning, got a little harder as you had to work on all those badges, and some of them took a lot of work and were not all that fun. He also, as the leaders of the Scout troop, they need to manage and teach the younger boys, and that was sometimes frustrating, as when you're only a few years older, it's hard to learn how to corral them, get them to listen, and learn what they're supposed to. So they had to learn skills to do that. And there were times when he thought he was done and he didn't want to finish. And he had an experience in 8th grade where there was an achievement he could have reached, and he decided he didn't want to. It wasn't that important. And once he saw other people achieving that goal, he was disappointed that he hadn't tried that extra step. And so we used that kind of as a push to him and said, remember when you didn't try the extra little bit to get that goal? And once we reminded of that, he said, oh yeah. And from then on, he was on the track, and we didn't have to nag quite as much. So, I am thrilled to get my pin through his whole journey. I kept saying I need to be an honorary scout because I've been there, like John said, nagging him, bringing things, filling out the paperwork, helping. But this day is honor enough, and I'm so proud of him. For this scouting, I had been a volunteer for many other organizations and things that my kids had done, and taken Girl Scouts camping and volunteered at the school, done other things. So when he joined scouting, I said, I'm going to not be super involved in scouting, and this is going to be his thing. And so the people that did step up and take leadership roles, all the scout masters, the parent leaders, everybody who contributed, I so appreciate that you did that, because that was one thing that I stepped back from, and every person that poured into those boys and gave them a mentor to look up to means so much to me. So we are proud of them. We know you worked hard, and we know that you'll be proud of this achievement for the rest of your life.
So Ben, I'm going to keep it short. Relationships between fathers and sons are not often as comfortably, what's the word I'm looking for? We don't show our emotions typically. And so I wanted to take this opportunity in front of everybody to let you know how proud I am of you for achieving this. You know that I got to Life Scout and gave up one of the 98% that John talked about. It was just, it was too hard. It was too, there were other things that I would prefer to do. I'm just glad that you kept with it. So I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Hello everyone, I'm Connor Edson, and I have prepared a little speech. So one of the hardest questions I had asked myself is how Boy Scouts, more specifically Troop 220, has changed me into the man I am today. Ever since I was 6 years old, I've been involved in scouting through Cub Scouts and Treasures from the Boy Scouts when I was 11. I mean, my dad was with me every step of the way, so inspirational to me. However, there was always been little bumps down the road where I felt like, maybe I don't want to continue this, maybe I want to try something else. But, being in Edson, my mom always strained on me, no, you start something, you're not quitting on it. So I was like, all right, I gotta do it. And even though it was grueling for a few weeks, I realized now, this is my second home. This is exactly where I love coming every single Monday, every single chance I get over the weekend. It's just such a great time. This rang true for the next 7 years until this very point to which I'm proud to stand before you on this very day. And there's nothing like seeing hard work and dedication to really pay off. That's another thing to make unforgettable memories in the process. I can easily say I am not the smartest or brightest tool in the shed. I mean, you can all vouch for me on that one. But, learning from these mistakes and making better ones in the future is what Boy Scouts is really all about. A great example of this is during our Kings Canyon trip, where we were having, it was a medieval theme, and I was jousting with Brian Peck with a lance made out of PVC pipe and a foam noodle, and I kind of took a shot at him in the head and ended up getting his first concussion. And then about a year later, I gave him his second concussion on our annual ski trip when, I don't even remember what happened, but my snowboard ended up hitting him in the back of the head. Ski patrol came out. It was a great time. Yeah, if you want to hear a great motivational story, talk to Brian about the ongoing recovery of his skull. Another one of my, some activities that I just cannot forget are just going to Camp High Sierra every single year. That's my second home. I've been going there for the past 6 years, and I can honestly say I am not tired of getting my Swallow Sailing Merit Badge. I've gotten it 3 times now. Been handed it. It's a great time. It is so much fun. Of course, the camp-wide games, getting our consecutive first place wins, and then fortunately when I was at SPL, getting our second place win, broke that streak. And just, every single little thing along the way. But in all honesty, I can truly say thank you to every single one of the people who helped me along the way. Mr. Van Ark and Mr. Z, greatest role models ever, my Scoutmasters. Wherever Mrs. March is, I swear you have a million hands, a million eyes, and 2 billion connections. You helped me through every single step along the way. Where is she, by the way?
She's volunteering at a track meet.
Where she's supporting 38 high schools.
Exactly. Seriously, she does it all. I cannot tell you that much. And I want to sit here and say thank you to every single person, but I'm sure I will see you after and say thank you. But my final thank you is to all you Scouts. Please, look upon me and see what you can improve on past me, because I would not be here today without you guys. You guys motivate me every single day to help you guys out, and I can assure you, in the future, I will be here for you every single step of the way. Thank you.
All right. So, I never thought that Scouting would ever take me to this far, this point. When I was a little Cub Scout, when I crossed that bridge during the bridging ceremony, I didn't know what was going to happen in the next 7 years. I had no idea. And when I joined the troop, I found myself fixated to it like nothing else. Even when I went on my first camp out for High Sierra, and there are no adult leaders there at all, it was still fun. And I fell in love with this troop, and I couldn't go away from it. I had to stay with it. And over time, it was weird seeing when other guys would leave the troop because they got bored or they weren't interested in it anymore. And it ended up just being me and Ben. But it didn't bother me. I love the troop for what it was and the people that I met. And there's so many memories, so many experiences that I've had. I couldn't name all of them, but I will mention playing obscene amounts of Mafia, needing to go to the bathroom in every car that I had on every trip. Sucky didn't like a vacuum. getting very impatient with Dutch ovens. Those things kept me going. And it definitely got me through my Eagle project. When I decided to fix up Jeremy Fontana Park, it was about a mile stretch of exercise stations. And I thought, okay, this is all right. This is, a little big of a project, a little daunting, but I think I can do this. I organized it for months with the Rangers, the Park Service, and it was good. But then on September 21st, when it happened, I was worried, like, is anyone going to come? I sent out 2 emails. I didn't get any responses. And then, everyone came. A bunch of people that I didn't expect. And my family was there, and it was great. It was humbling, and it was more than I could ever ask for. But after that, I felt burnt out, like, with my time with you. I thought, I did this, I did the big thing. What else am I supposed to do? I don't want to do any of this anymore. I'm sick of this. And I had so many merit badges left. It just seemed like a chore that I had to do, and I didn't feel like I wanted to do it. And I wasn't sure, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do anything in the troop after that. But it wasn't until, I had to become the senior patrol leader when I realized, how much I loved the troop, how much I cared for it, and all the scouts. And it's when I realized the value and the power of scouting. And being in charge of the troop, I could see all the younger scouts and see that, I was there once, and it made me think about how much I would want to make their scouting experience the best it could have been, better than it was for me. And that brought me to this point, now I'm up here, I got my Eagle, and I just want to make sure that everyone knows, stick with this because you won't realize how important it is to you. I also just had to say a few thank yous from the adult leaders. Mr. Menard, we've been together for so long, and I can't imagine my scouting experience without you. My life, you've been with me since I was a little kid, and your impact is indescribable. Z, could never have been more amazing, enthusiastic, and passionate scoutmaster to start out with. Thank you for being there. Mrs. March, I wish you were here to hear this, but I cannot even think where I'd be without your help and the support. You've done so much work for the troop and for myself, and we're all indebted to you. Mr. Hartman, your counsel and presence during your time in the troop is something that I will value forever. And Mr. Ducons, I will never forget you being there for me when I was up at the top of Mount Lincoln skiing. That meant a lot to me. You've always been so generous and passionate about everything. And also, never stop taking pictures. Sorry, Gavin. Mr. Catalani, I don't know a more dedicated, fervent, fantastic person to take reign of the troop. I know that you will continue doing extraordinary things for all the future scouts just as you did for me. Mr. Gregory, when you came to my project, I didn't even know you or AJ. It was crazy to think that you just gave your time like that, your selflessness and all you put into the troop, and for me, it means a lot. And make sure AJ gets that Eagle. Mr. McAllister, get up here, but your advice and encouragement greatly impacted me, and I always hold our conversations and experiences close. Thank you.
So, you know, standing up here and looking back, the best way, like the best analogy I can give for this is it's like going for a mountain bike ride and climbing all the way up to the top of the mountain, and then looking back and down on everything that you climbed up and just saying, wow, like I did that. And that's amazing to me. And so there are a couple of memories that stand out to me that were really significant. And so one of them was my first camp out as a Tiger Scout with my dad, where he taught me how to whittle. And that was just one that stuck with me. Another one was camping on the USS Hornet, and Steven was there on that trip. And it was a whole lot of fun. We got to stay overnight on this giant aircraft carrier. It was really awesome. But the triple bunks weren't too comfortable. Let's see. One more is the Moaning Caverns trip, where we got to rappel into like 200 feet down into this giant cavern, and it was just a really amazing experience. It fascinated me. And then the last one, and I think Mr. Vinark will remember this one. There was a snow trip where I was trying to get my snow sports merit badge, and it was the absolute worst skiing conditions you could ever imagine. It was basically a blizzard. You couldn't see 30 feet in front of you. You were getting just pelted with snow and just completely soaked. And I wish I had the blue card to bring with me, but I still have the blue card from that trip, and I had it in my pocket when we were skiing, and it's like it's all wrinkled and torn and just, it was awesome. So my Eagle Scout project. Some of you were here for that, and I had, I think, 15 boys that helped, so I really appreciate that. I built a workbench for a nonprofit bike company called Good Karma Bikes down on Lincoln, and it was, you know, it was a really tough experience because I had to do, you know, extensive planning, and I had to, you know, get it approved by like 5 or 6 people, and I had to talk to all these people and get everything organized. And the actual project was really difficult because I had 15 scouts that helped me, and that was way more than I needed or expected. And so I had to figure out, you know, what to get everyone to do. And so, but I think that really helped me with like planning and like project management and that kind of stuff. And so looking back on it, it was just a great experience. And I'm really glad that I participated in scouting. And so there's a couple people that I'd like to thank, and I'll go in chronological order. First is Karen Peck for being our den chief. And that was, you know, all the way back to Cub Scouts and through Cub Scouts. And that was awesome. Mr. Van Ark as our Cub Master, and then later as our Scout Master. I really appreciate you being there and, you know, giving us all the opportunities that we could. Mr. Z, my first Scout Master, you know, couldn't ask for a better leader. He really taught me to love cooking on the trips, and especially the, you know, the Mountain Dew rolls, I think they were. Best part of the trip. And then I want to thank Mom and Dad for always pushing me to, you know, to stick with it and keep going. And then all the assistant scout masters and all the older scouts who helped me on the trail to Eagle. And I just want to say thank you. And yeah, that's it. So, you guys want me to talk about it?
You got it.
All right. So, we had the opportunity to select mentors for us. So we have these mentor pins to give out. And so there were just certain people that were really important in our scouting careers that we would just like to recognize with the pins. And so,
Can we
single file line right here. Can we invite forward Mr. Van Ark, Mr. Z, Mr. Hartman, Mr. LeConte, put the camera down, as well as Mr. Catalani, please. Give it up for our mentors.